One thing I said I was going to show you, but I failed to, was how I cut the washer out of this pipe. Okay, well in this case it was quite simple. I got a Sharpie, as the Americans call them, we call them a black marker over here. And then I found the squarest end of the tube and stood it on a flat surface. Then, not holding it back here because it tends to tip it, but holding it here, put the Sharpie up to the pipe and just twist the pipe round, keeping the pipe level with the surface and trying not to twist it all over the surface as I am doing here. But you'll get round there in the end. Okay. And then, in true Raymond fashion, I forgot my saw. Right, now a lot of people would just go straight down and try and follow the line. As sure as God made little apples, that will not happen, because you'll be going off to one side or the other, or you'll try and correct it and it makes a right mess of it. So what I do, right, is I cut through the tube a little way. Then I move so that the saw is still in the cut at the end of the cut, the first cut, and then I cut again in the end of the, but I don't cut all the way through at this stage because I need a guide for the blade. And if I cut right in, then it will start to curve the blade. This way you get the cut all the way round your line first, and you get a much flatter washer when you come to putting it into the turbine. And then we're almost there. Whoops daisy. Then once you get to the end of the first cut, then you can go all the way into the tube. But don't think, you know, oh, I'll go all the way down. That don't work. I've tried it, believe me. Right? But it doesn't matter how many times you've got to do this to get through. If you're persistent, then oops, you will get the flat washer that you're looking for, or spacer, or whatever you want to call it. And having it on a flat surface at this height, your sort of waist height, is much better than trying to do it on the deck. So if you can, do it on a table, or you know, workbench, or some such. Oops, I overshot there. But that's lack of concentration on my part, because I'm trying to talk to you at the same time as doing. There we go, see, that's where I went wrong. But you get the idea. And make sure that when you come to, yeah, I'll show my mistakes as well, so that you don't do them. Yeah, I know I'm doing this the wrong way. That's the right way. There we go. Right. So the next stage that I tend to do is get a piece of sandpaper and I will rub it flat on both sides. And what that does is it tends to push any odd bits to the edges, and then I just go around taking off all the bits. What you need to do, as you probably noticed, I'm cutting away from the edge like that, and the reason for that is I don't want the bits hanging over the front where it's going to sit down on the bearing, in the bearing housing. That's all I do all the way around. Right. And then I do the same thing on the inside. It's finicky, but once it's done, you've got a clean washer with no chance of anything going into the bearings, and that way you won't have any bearing problems at a later date, like having to change them because you didn't clean the spacer properly. So there you go. That's how I mean, this washer's scrap anyway, but you get the idea. Alright, and that's how you do that.